Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nelo. Today we'll be learning how to cut this three-step peplum blouse. We'll be learning just the peplum side. Okay, so and I turned the peplum with a crinoline. If you're interested to know how I turn it with crinoline, please let me know in the comment below. And if you're new to my channel, please like and share my video. Subscribe to this channel also and turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload new video. So we will be making a 360-degree peplum, which is a full circle. Okay, and my waist is 36. Divide by 6.28, which is the radius for a full circle. Okay, so to this 36 I'm going to add 2 inches for my zipper allowance, which will make it 38. Okay, but if you're using lining, if you want to turn your peplum with lining, you add 1 inch to that, making it 39, right? But I'm not using lining. So after dividing this, I got 6.00 something, so approximately is 6. Okay, so plus the length of my peplum. Okay, so my full length is 26. Okay, the full length of the blouse is 26 minus 17 inches, which is my half bodice. So what I have left is 9. Okay, so to this 9 I'll be adding 1 inch for folding allowance, because I'll be turning it with crinoline, so I need like up to 1 inch for turning. Okay, so it's going to be 10. All right, so I'm using 10 for my length, and then 6 plus 10 is 16. So 16 is going to be the length I'll be using to cut my flare, right? So now let's start cutting. So to cut this, I'm going to fold my fabric. First of all, I'm going to measure out the 16 inches I want to use. Okay, so from the tip of my fabric here, from the tip I measured 16 inches, and I will fold it into 2 like this. Okay, I measured 16 inches and I fold, okay, like this. Okay, and from this other tip, okay, so I am trying to make sure it's 16 inches on fold like this. So it's 16 inches. I'm trying to measure it's 16. And then from this other tip, I'm going to measure 16 inches also. From here, I'll take 16 inches also, and I'll fold. So I'm cutting the longer part of the peplum flare first. Okay, from the long one I'll cut the shorter ones. So this is the longer part of it. So this is 16 inches. So I'm going to mark 16 inches all round to form a circle. So I'm going to mark 16 inches all around like this to form a circle. So after marking, I'll be connecting this way. Connect all your marks together this way. So I form a circle. I'm going to use a brighter chalk so that you guys should see what I marked. Okay, so this is what I marked. I'm trying to zoom the camera so that it will be close enough. So now I'm going to mark the radius. So I'm using a white chalk to highlight what I marked. So remember our radius is 6 inches for this flare. So I'm going to cut this 6. Okay, it's 6 inches for our radius. So I'm going to mark the 6 inches this way. Start marking from the tip of your angle. Okay, from the tip of your angle you mark your 6. Sorry guys, the camera is not showing that point because I wanted you guys to see what I am marking. That is why I zoomed the camera like this. Okay, so you start marking from the tip. you mark your 6 inches. So this is the waist of my peplum. This is the radius, so I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so you start marking from the tip round to get your waist. Okay, so I'm going to measure this to be sure I have my 9. 36 divided by 2 is 9.5. So as you can see, I have 38. I mean, divide by 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So as you can see, I have 10. So I have more than enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. Normally, when cutting your peplum or flay, it's usually a little bit bigger than your normal measurement. It happens a little bit bigger than your normal measurement. Okay, so I'm cutting it out. And next, I'm going to cut the radius. So this is what we have for the bigger version. Okay. So the next is going to be 3 inches above. I'm going to be using 3 inches. I'm going to use 3 inches gap. Okay, so 10 minus 3, or 16 minus 3 rather, we're going to have 13, right? So this is how it's going to be 3 inches different is what I want. So 16 minus 3 is going to be 13, and then the next one is going to be 10. Hope you understand. Okay, the next step is going to be 13, and the smaller one is going to be 3. So I'm using 3 inches gap. So I'm going to fold again, and I will cut exactly the same way I did to the other one. Okay, so I'm going to measure this other side because the length is already 13 and this side is also 13. So I'll fold this way. Okay. The first one I folded was 13. This second one is also 13. So it's the same thing as the first peplum. Okay, it's just a length difference. Okay, so I'm going to mark 13 all round as I did on the first layer of the peplum, the bigger layer of the peplum. So I'm going to mark the 13 inches all round like this. So I'm marking the 13 inches all around, and I'll connect. So this is the 13 inches round. So next I'm going to mark our radius, which is 6 inches. Okay, the radius is the same, it's just the length that is different. Okay, so I'm marking 6 inches round, and after this I'm going to cut this out. And our second layer is ready. So next we're going to be cutting the last one, which is the smaller one, and the length is 10 inch. Okay, so from this tip I'm going to measure, lest I forget, I used 2 yards of fabric for this. So from the length I marked 10 inch, and I'm going to fold into half like this. I fold it into 2 this way. Just everything is the same process, just the length that changes. Okay, the measurement, the length that changes, everything is the same process. So this is 10, and I'm going to take 10 also the other way around and fold again, because you need to fold into 4 to get your full circle. Okay, you fold into 4. Okay, so this is 10. I've gotten my 10. I'm going to fold it again, measure 10 the other way, and I will fold. Okay, I will fold. So before you cut, make sure to check your fabric to be sure that you are getting it. Okay, to be sure that as you are folding, that the inside is also the same thing. So I'm going to check like this to be sure I have the same length. As you can see, I have more than what I have here is 12 actually. So you make sure you check, so that after cutting your fabric, you will not realize that one other part is short. Okay, that will be a waste of fabric. So you turn around to check before you cut. All right, So I use this for the upper part also. I use this for the upper part of the corset also. So I made use of 2 yards of fabric for the up and down, the flare and also the corset parts. Okay, so I'm going to measure round just like I did. Okay, and I will cut. I'm going to mark the wedges now. After marking the 10 inches, which is my length, I'm going to mark the wedges all around. Okay, the wedges, remember, is 6, so the wedges still remain the same, just the length that changes. Okay, and after this I used a crinoline to turn my peplum. That is why it's standing the way you see it in the beginning of this video. So if you're interested to know how I turn with a crinoline, I will upload the video later. So I kind of wanted to increase this, but to be sure that I have exactly the same thing on the inside, so I notice it's accurate, so I'm cutting it now. Okay, so guys, and that is how to cut your 3-step peplum. Okay, this is how to cut your 3-step peplum. I'm going to join them all together for you to see how it's going to look after you join. So you're going to join on top of each other like this. So you remember, you open one side. We all know how to make peplum, right? You open one side for your zipper. So this is the second layer and this is the third layer. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video and also share. Subscribe if you are new. Please hit on the subscribe button below and subscribe. Join the family. Turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload new video. And I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.